I grind for the love of the game, not for no 4 years, 80 million. I grind for the love of the game, did a Rockets deep dive, and found me a villain.
Ooh, man, coming in with aggression to my boy Dillan Brooks.
I mean, the only reason I really wanted to do a Rockets deep dive is so I could trash Dillan Brooks for 25, 35 minutes.
I also just am basically going to defend him, and then I'm going to leave, and I'm just going to let you go on a solo rant against him because I'm not going to stand and be a party to this. I'm only going this way so I can just take a victory lap here.
Okay.
Talk about my boy Dillan Brooks.
Oh God,
crushing it for Houston. Are you kidding me? It's still owned in only 47% of leagues.
Did you record that? Did you record this like 7 to 10 days ago?
He's still doing great. Come on. All season he's doing great.
I just dropped him for Keontae George actually, which is hilarious.
Did you? Really?
Yeah, I did,
Oh,
and I couldn't be happier about it.
Oh man! Now this is clearly where we show where we don't agree on everything, and that's okay. Like,
that'd be boring. So he really started out hot, and I had him. I was riding him. It's been 5 games now. The past week he's 269th. He's shooting 42%, so not crazy. On the season, he's shooting 55% when he shot 39% last season. So what I see is a player who's regressing to the mean. If you just look at the shooting numbers historically and the fact that he came out blazing hot, do I think he'll average 8 points on the season like he has the past week? No. But it's going to be closer to 12, 13 points. So I think Dillan Brooks is a perfect example of a player for Flyin J. I'll put my stamp on this, that I would drop for the first 2 names that I brought up, and like a longer term stash. I would not be afraid to lose Dillan Brooks. But yeah, he was really helping you early on. And I think right now you're kind of riding the early production.
He was going up against some pretty elite teams, and as the primary defender, was expelling some energy over there. But I think what's neat about Dillan Brooks is that we're seeing an actualized version of him and seeing what everybody wanted has been screaming at their screens to see, and that's somebody that's shooting the ball a little bit less. And he's doing that. He's only
less Dillan Brooks is best.
Yeah, he's currently shooting 4.8 field goals per game, which is the lowest since his second year when he only played in 18 games. So he's really just kind of is taking his opportunities and kind of being a really good auxiliary piece for your fantasy team. So, I just wanted to throw him in there, and I feel like we haven't talked about Kelly Oubre that much in this pod, but I'm wondering if maybe we can make Dillan Brooks this year's Kelly Oubre.
Just to make it actionable, would you call Dillan Brooks at this point must roster, or would you drop him for a higher upside stash if you're doing well in the standings?
No, I think you got to hang on to him.
Oh, do you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, of these guys, no, I feel the opposite of you. He's averaging 14, 4 and 2. Steals numbers are solid. 2 threes a game, minimal turnovers. I feel like it comes down to, this is kind of what makes fantasy basketball so fun, and I feel like it shows the difference between our interest in risk of teams.
Yeah.
Where I totally understand, and it makes sense that you would drop him for one of those guys because you're looking to, you don't care about the singles. You're looking to hit the triples and the home runs. And I'm just like, give me those singles and doubles. I love that safety net. This is, I feel like, a pretty classic disagreement between us.
It's illuminating in our styles. I think we should keep Dillan Brooks watch as a theme here. Tari Eason came back into the rotation. Amen Thompson went out of the rotation. His minutes have dropped down since Tari Eason's come back.
Eason's been killing it. He's been killing it.
So, like, for me, I think, depending on whose advice you prefer to trust, and say this is literally your worst player, you want to pick up these guys, my stamp of approval to go ahead and drop Dillan Brooks. I think it'll be fine.
He should be your worst to second worst guy in your team. I do want to take a victory lap in that he is currently in the top 60. So
Dillan Brooks. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, sticking with the theme of players I dropped Dillan Brooks for.